appreciate the compliment. Really, it's a lot of years, a lot of practice, a lot of church, a lot of bars. Mix it up. But yeah, I'd be curious to feel or to know some of your emotions. Anybody experience different?
I thought it was great. I mean, from the moment you stepped through the front doors of Davron, I could tell you had like that confidence and that attitude, and I'm like, where does he get that from? I see it now. If you can get up on stage and do that, like this must be easy for you. That was great. I'm really impressed.
Cool.
I was feeling that beat. I was tapping my toes. It was definitely very high energy, and I loved it.
Okay.
It makes you feel good.
Yeah.
Like, listening to stuff like that, and then like seeing the energy that you put into it, it radiates. And like gives everyone else
We're all
energy.
dancing.
It's just so much talent. Like it's so cool. Like if I did that, I'd pass the fuck out. Like 10 seconds, I'm out. That you can do that is just so cool.
Let's go.
Really can't help but to smile.
That's it. That's the goal.
It looked like you were having fun, and that made me have fun, and everybody else. So the feeling, those happiness, I think, it was really good. It was really fun. It's really good
Awesome.
energy.
Appreciate it.
I think the energy you bring every day, much less to what you do in your performance, is you. I think it is actually genuine, which I think is even more impressive, right? So, not something that you have to fake or put on. This is how you feel every day, and you portray that, man. You can tell in your music how you put it out there, how you show up every day. I hear you humming at your desk, and you know what I mean. I know you got it in your mind, and you think about that, and it keeps you in the right place. Good for you, man. Very much appreciated the performance.
And
as well.
yeah, I really appreciate the compliments. It means a lot. Beyond that, just like you guys talk about how it makes you feel, I feel the same way. You know, I feel exactly what you feel. For a lot of people, music brings up a lot of emotions. For some of us, memories. It's like a time machine. Like when I heard that song, it took me back to this moment, this time. For some people, there may be some songs that bring up sad emotions. You know, but overall, I think it has a positive effect, and it can be transferred from one person to the other. And I think that attitude, mentality, maybe not with music, but vocally with our voices when we're interacting. A lot of times we say more with the things that we don't say than what we're actually saying, you know. And so I just want to kind of expound on that. So attitude equals altitude, positive vibes only. Obviously talking about just keeping a right mindset and the benefits of doing that, especially in the workplace. Positivity is not always easy, but it's always worth it. Bad things happen all the time, right? In life and in business. We know we're gonna have some less than desirable outcomes and challenges, but it takes being intentional about turning negatives into positives. I think we have some great examples of that right here at Davron. I was telling Jeremy when we first talked about what I was going to be doing, I'm like, I could just point to you and the conversation's over. Like, just do what Jeremy does. He's good. Eric's the same way. Like, they facing challenges all the time, but finding a way to turn a negative into positive. Interactions with clients, candidates, and co-workers can all be enhanced by starting with a positive attitude. Generally speaking, most people, we do business with people that we like. You know, we do business with people that we like in our type of transactional field, and nobody likes a negative Nancy. You get around negative people, they suck in your energy. I think Julia was just on the phone with somebody you have to like pull in teeth to get information out of. Like, nobody prefers to deal with those type of people, but if you're the opposite of that, you're really engaging, pulling people in. When you're talking with them, it goes a long way. If you put positive in, you can expect to get positive out. I just said, if you want to go up, you got to get your glow up.
Hey.
Bars. Bars. If you want to go up, you got to get your glow up. And that's the thing, man. You want to rise, increase in production, increase in just overall state of being, I think you have to start with the right foundation. Here's a quote I found. Nothing can stop the person with the right attitude, and nothing can help the person with the wrong attitude. You know, trying to get through to a negative person is like trying to get through a brick wall. But if you have the right attitude, your opportunities are endless. And this is a project here. I thought this was kind of funny. But silence the negativity in your life. You got to take control. You see the birds got his hand on her mouth like, shut up, man. Like, get out of here. It reminded me of one of the older ladies at our church growing up. She would always say, you know, you can't stop the birds from flying around the porch, but you can decide not to let them build a nest.
Ooh.
And that's the mindset. It's like these negative things happen. Thoughts, interactions with people, challenges, they come and we can't control that. But we can decide if we're going to let them stay around, if we're going to let them take up residence in our mind and then affect our behavior. Another story that comes to mind is there was the story of a farmer in a small village, and you may have heard this before, but he had a goat that fell into a well. The goat fell into the well, and he's like, man, I don't have anything, I can't get him out. It's a lost cause, it's over. So he went and got some of his other villagers to come and help him bury the goat. At least we can do is bury him, right? And as they start to get shovels, throw dirt in the well, they noticed the goat was shaking it off and stepping on it. The more they threw, the more he shook it off and stepped on it. Eventually, they realized this guy's, he's coming up out of there. And I just think that's a positive illustration of what we can do when these negative things come. Turning a negative into a positive. Yeah, they throwing dirt, the challenges are coming, but I got to shake it off, step on it. You know, that's the goal. In terms of, you know, positive interactions, or positive or negative, I look at them as seeds. You know, we always hear, we talk about, you know, having our garden and what type of seeds are we planting. The type of seeds you plant determines the type of harvest you get. All right. If you plant negative seeds, you can expect negative results. If you are talking negative or being negative, having a negative approach, even with things like I said, they've talked about taking job orders. If I have a negative mindset about that out the gate, it could high chance that it's going to end negatively. Or doing a profile for a candidate, getting feedback for the marketing department. All those conversations with each other. If we have a negative mindset or attitude going in, chances are there's going to be something negative that comes out of it. And we reap more than what we sow. You know, the beautiful thing about sowing positive seeds is that you can expect a harvest that's much more than the seed you planted. All right? If the purpose of planting the seed was just to get the seed back, I might as well keep it in my pocket. All right? But the fact is, I plant the seed to get an abundance. And so you just have to keep that in mind. When we're being positive, it may not work out this time, but something down the road. And I'm sure I've heard several stories here. I know several of you have some. If you have one you want to talk about, the floor is yours. But situations where it didn't start off right or it didn't look like it was going to be good, you kept pursuing, you kept a good attitude and approach to that client, that candidate, whatever it may have been, and eventually something worked out down the line. I know I've had my share even in the few months that I've been here. So yeah, keep planting the right seeds and you'll get the good results. A few benefits of being positive. Number one, as I mentioned earlier, I think it's contagious and everybody wins. In our environment, small group, I think if we maintain, I've seen a lot of it, we maintain a positive attitude with each other. I love to hear people click Megan's bell or whatever, all right? Somebody's making business or, you know, getting somebody a job, that's great. And we want to celebrate them, but it also makes it stirs something up in me like, man, shoot, I want to press that button. Like, what's up? Who else can I call? Who I've been hiding from that I want to go ahead and reach out to, you know, because I'm trying to press that button too. Secondly, more closing. Psychologist Martin Seligman, his study showed that salespeople who kept a generally positive outlook, they closed more deals than their negative or pessimistic counterparts. And I know we say we're not ideally a sales company. However, the mindset is the same. If we're having positive interactions with people, ultimately We're going to close more, have more business. Positive people are typically the problem solvers. They maintain a broader perspective and see the big picture, which helps them identify solutions, where negative people spend a lot of time with a narrower focus, and they're focusing on the problem instead of the solution. And we all know, if you solve enough problems for people, that's how you get paid. I mean, that's just the reality. Our business, we solve problems for people, and that's how you get paid. I think it was Zig Ziglar that said, the way to get everything you want out of life is help enough people get what they want out of life. And that's the mindset here. Positive people, this is just another study of some nuns. The ones that regularly expressed a positive emotion, and it was a study was done over several years, obviously, but they just tend to have longer lives than the people who were old bitter Bettys. And it was just the reality of the situation. Something to take along with you. And hear me clearly, I have not perfected this at all. I have a long way to go, but I am very intentional about correcting myself when the negative things come, and I just want to encourage everybody to do the same. So a few things.
Keep men out of your lives, and
Amen.
the sisterhood lives. That's their lesson.
All right. That's totally different. But yeah, a few things that I feel like we can do right now to help with maintaining, because it does take work and it's not easy. And I'm not saying be naive. We know, like I said, things are going to happen. We do what we can to control situations, but when they don't go our way, we have to keep it moving. So number one, I said, think of a few things to be thankful for every day. It's extremely difficult to be negative and thankful at the same time. We have so much to be thankful for. So I encourage us to, start the day off with some things, that you're thankful for, and some of the blessings that we have. And that by itself will help some of the negativity go away that's in our mind anyway. Do something nice for somebody else without expecting anything in return. Once again, when you're doing things for other people, you naturally feel better about yourself, and you can operate from a more positive and happy place because you're doing good. Doing good is, yes, it's for the recipient, but it's just as beneficial for the person that's doing that. Smiling when we talk. Even over the phone, the listener can tell the difference. Positivity is attractive, and people become more engaging when they get those positive vibes from us. I think Megan's a good example, and obviously it's in my corner, so I hear her a lot. But I'm listening to her sometimes. I'm like, man, if I was on the other side of that line, I'd be like, yeah, tell me more. What's up?
You like that? It's
she's
engaging,
really,
yeah.
she's
Definitely.
really.
It's a good compliment.
You can hear her smiling when she's talking to people, and that's great. And then lastly, when negative things happen, bad things happen, acknowledge it, accept it, keep it moving. If it sucks, it sucks. That is what it is. If you've done all you can do, accept that it's beyond your control, and move on towards planting the next positive seed. And Julia comes to mind with this one, because people back out, things just don't go right sometimes, and she's like, oh man, fucking fuck her. and then hey, it sucks. She acknowledged what it is, and she's like, well, all right, well, let's go do something else. Let's go get on to the next. And that's, I think, one reason she's been so successful. It's just, hey, I acknowledge what it is, we face it, and now we move on and keep it moving. We don't let it linger too long, because what happens if the negative things, if you dwell on them too long, they eventually affect your behavior and how you interact with other people, how you do your work, how you do your business. So you got to be really careful not to let it linger too long. And then this is, I call it the master thought. All right, wink, wink. Thought, you get it? Like a thought that you do a search with a thought. Bullion, like a better bullion.
I love this. You're tying it in.
Okay.
Eric's got me.
Oh, baby. I got you too. I got you.
I appreciate it.
I got
Look,
you.
I even put it in quotations and parentheses.
Oh, there you go.
Dad drugs. Julia's like,
It's a nice thought.
but basically, it's
Oh.
it comes from the good book, Galatians 6:9. You probably can't see it from back there. It just says, "And let us not grow weary of doing good, for in due season we will reap if we do not give up." And that's the encouraging thing about it. It's just if we keep going, keep doing the right thing, eventually you're going to get everything that you're supposed to get. All right, and more. So thank you for listening.